Remember, if you do not replace the bookmarks, you will not be allowed to stay. The wormhole operations depend on everyone doing their job and doing it well, so make sure you don't screw up. When arriving to the wormhole from HiSec or from anywhere else, bookmark the wormhole to which you're arriving unless you have already bookmarked it, and name it HiSec to the wormhole, for example, and place it into your entrance tab. As you will be brought into the C2, the Alliance wormhole, things are a little different, you will see that. Place that bookmark into the entrance scan, stay in vent, or type in Alliance, and say friendly fire, HiSec, and name the wormhole to which you're coming. If you were coming from the class 2 to the home, you say friendly gate fire, C2 to home. If you're coming from HiSec, you're saying friendly gate fire, HiSec to C2, or HiSec to home. If you're coming from home to HiSec, you still have to say friendly gate fire, home to HiSec. So the people on the other side know that you're not to be shot at. Jump through. Immediately after you have jumped, either cloak up if you can, or just sit out. You have 30 seconds while you cannot be targeted or scanned. Basically, you're not there. However, people on the other side will know that you have warped in, because every time you warp, there is a gate fire. That circle that appears around you, people can see it and hear it on the other side as well. However, you have 30 seconds. Use those 30 seconds wisely. First thing you do, bookmark your way back. You do not want to get stuck in a static while there's action without your way back. Second, open your scanner. Open your directional scanner and hit scan. 360 degrees. Scan, and here you will put the range at maximum. And you hit scan. This will allow you to see all the passes and all the people that are here, unless they're cloaked up. If a ship is cloaked up, you will not see him on directional. Furthermore, if you open the map on the scanner, you will notice that the system is quite large sometimes. And if you click on your tactical overlay, you will see that it doesn't actually cover all of the system. So for this part that appears here, all the ships that are in here, you will not perceive them on your scanner. That is why it is important to warp to a couple of planets in order to cover all the map. The directional scanner that I have just demonstrated is the most important tool in the wormholes. At first, when you don't use this active overview settings button, when you hit scan, everything that is in here, including moons, passes, planets, basically, even scanner probes, very important, appear on your overview. However, it is much easier to set up other tabs in your overview specifically for this purpose, so you can use this button. What you want is only ships, all types of ships, and scanner probes, all types of probes, of course. That way, when you hit scan, the only thing that you will see are the ships and the scanner probes in case of action. As well, it is very important to have several other tabs in your overview. For example, the default for everyday situations with planet and moons in it. You will also want a PvP tab with only ships. You will want an active overview with only ships and scanner probes. If you're flying a lot of small vassals, you will want a separate tabs just for drones if your corp mates ask you to kill specifically drones in a PvP situations. On all these tabs except for the default one, you will want to go into the overview settings, go into filter, deselect all, select all the ships, go into states, and now deselect pilot is in your fleet, pilot is in your corporation, alliance, as well as pilot has excellent standing. Now, as soon as you make modifications, this tab, the overview here in between these brackets, will become not saved. You will want to save this, save current type selection as, for example, in this case, it might be PvP, since we only selected ships specifically. You hit PvP, and your default is now only PvP. You will want to add a tab and call it Active Overview. in which, just the same way, you will go into overview settings, you will go into types. Oh, well, this is already deselected, but you will deselect all, select all ships, select scanner probes, and you might want to select survey probes in case some will be stupid enough to try and survey probe it. You will also deselect all states, and then notice how it already changed from PvP to not saved. You will now save it as active overview. Now, when you have your active overview here selected, not the default, but the active, then click use active overview settings here, click scan, and look, you only have the ships or the probes on your scan. In this case, you have a Tango and a Dominix.